gang, this right here is a story that I meant to bring up today. Of course, today being Tuesday, this video will be coming out on Wednesday. Obviously, I got this one a little bit late. As I looked through this, I thought to myself, yeah, this entire thing could have been avoided if you had just done the right thing from the start. But I'm going to give you guys some background on this before we talk about this little woke walkout over urinals. But before we do that, this video right here about the Michigan State University shooter, that video will be released tomorrow on Short Timer Prepping. As a matter of fact, it will be the first video that will be released on that channel for the day tomorrow. I will leave a link in the description box. I'm also going to come back tomorrow with probably some more updates on what's going on in East Palestine, Ohio, because more things are actually coming out. Now, with that right there being said, let's go ahead and talk about this. So, we have a high school in New Hampshire that is right now going through a bit of a woke walkout because a parent and a school board member came up with the idea to kind of help things out by saying, look, why don't we just go ahead and get rid of the urinals? Because you see, New Hampshire is one of those states that, while they claim to be a conservative state, they basically allow kids to go in and use whatever bathroom they want because, of course, we're on that whole I can identify as wherever the hell I want. Now, guys, this incident stems back from an incident that had occurred at a local middle school where a trans girl went into the girls' locker room, and of course the trans girl is actually really a boy biologically, has not had the surgery or anything, and obviously a ruckus had occurred, and obviously students are in a bit of a let's just say that they're in a bit of a they're in a bit of a rat race over this entire ordeal. So basically what happened is that a parent and a school board member said, you know what, we've got a really good way of kind of like compromising on this. And don't worry, I'll get to the rest of the story after we watch the clip. But the compromise that they came up with was, look, this right is what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of all the urinals, so this way a person can go in and use the bathroom of their choosing, but they got to go inside of a stall to actually use the bathroom. And that is the reason why these students are upset. Now, me personally, I have said on multiple occasions that one of the ways you could fix this issue is if your child has actual, honest to God, gender dysphoria, maybe you should carry them to go see somebody. Most kids grow out of that stuff. There's actual statistical studies that show that kids, roughly 80%, grow out of that before they reach a certain age. It's not a good idea to have their genitalia yanked off, of course, before they actually, begin to actually grow out of this phase of their life. But then again, at the same time, if someone does have gender dysphoria, obviously you might want to get some help. However, this whole thing that we've got going on of identifying as the opposite sex when you are not the opposite sex, this type of crap right here is nutty, and I think it needs to stop. Obviously, this right here is something that is, of course, going to get me hit by advertisers in the near future. But with that right there being said, let's go ahead and roll the clip, and we'll come back on the flip side.
A walkout Friday in response to the school board's bathroom restrictions that limit the number of students who can use the facilities to the number of stalls available.
Nobody asked for this. Nobody but the few parents who complained to the school board asked for this.
The board voted on the measure on Monday after a proposal was brought forth that would change the district's bathroom policy, which allows students to use whichever bathroom aligns with their gender identity. The proposal would require students to use the bathroom associated with their biological sex, male or female. While students agreed they do not like the current bathroom restrictions.
We're all a high school, and the fact that you see this many people out here right now ready to kind of stand against the school board just kind of signifies that.
Some have different opinions about what should be done to address the larger issue.
As a female, I don't think that it's safe to have males in our bathroom.
This is creating just a complex system of inequality within our LGBTQ plus students.
Teachers, parents, and administrators tell News 9 they're happy students were able to come together peacefully.
So proud of our students, I really am.
This is what gets the attention needed to make a decision that's best for everybody.
And I've reached out to every board member, and the ones who've responded say that they hear students' concerns and that this is an issue that will have to be brought up again. The next board meeting is scheduled for February 20th. Live tonight in Milford.
So all of that over a parent and a school board member suggesting that maybe what we should do is just remove the urinals. Okay, this was a compromise, by the way, that they wanted to make, saying, look, what this right here does is it teaches the student to go to the bathroom and use the it's really a shame. It's really and truly a shame that we're even having to go through this, but we're having to reteach somebody to use the bathroom based upon their actual biological sex. So we're going to remove the urinals so that way they're forced to use it to a stall. Now, guys, On the surface, this looks like a very good compromise, but at the end of the day, though, it also tells me that the people in the state of New Hampshire, or the people in this area, they kind of screwed up by not actually raising their kids. As I've said before, if someone's got gender dysphoria, get them help. However, there are a lot of these students that are using this as an opportunity to, I don't know. You see these reports of sexual assault. You see these reports of guys actually claiming that they're women, so that way they have an opportunity at, Yeah, I can't actually say the words here on YouTube, or else I will get hit here. And obviously, we're about to go into monetization. But the thing is this right here. This entire issue would have been avoided from the start if parents had just simply done what parents are supposed to do. Be a freaking parent. Teach your child right from wrong. I mean, you see these articles of parents saying, look, I got my child's genitalia taken away, and now I feel like I'm a member of a cult. You see stuff like that there, and they don't seem to realize that they've actually ruined their child for the rest of their life. Not to mention the fact that you've got these kids out here now who are actually trying to do this for nefarious purposes. Now, guys, I understand that a very, very small portion, a very light, small minority of kids are actually doing this, but at the same time, though, this crap's got to stop. So, guys, if I did not already say this, this is a very, very small fringe, very, very small minority of students who are actually claiming to be a different gender. Now, guys, I have said before that if you have a child who has gender dysphoria or is developing gender dysphoria or has a problem with that, you might want to go seek out some type of help, some type of therapy, or maybe help them work that out on their own. Obviously, most kids do, in fact, at some point in time, do grow out of it, roughly 80%. I think I've already mentioned that. But the thing is this right here, even a common sense, and let me give you a very, very quick story on this. In 2016, of course, I'm going back to what happened in North Carolina, my home state. A lot of people were making suggestions that maybe what you should do is at public restrooms, maybe what you might want to consider doing is make it like family restrooms and family restrooms alone. That way you have the stall and it's automatically private, or you have the lock on the door, which makes it private. The parents, or the parent and the school board, simply suggested that, look, why don't we just remove the urinals so that way these people or these kids who claim, these girls who claim to be boys and these boys who claim to be girls, would simply have a stall with full privacy, which, by the way, you need that full privacy when you are in the bathroom. By the way, and let me say this one more time, if you are a female athlete or you are a girl in a gym, you have a female locker for a reason, a female locker room for a reason. It's just designed for biological females. I mean, do we need to rehash William Thomas? Do we need to rehash that there? And also something else, too. If you are a male, you need to be inside a male locker room and stay inside that male locker room. You see, compromising with the mob and even giving them a good old-fashioned common sense solution to this problem caused this type of reaction. You see, guys, you can't compromise with the mob, okay? You just can't do it. Now, I know I just said that you should probably get these kids therapy. What I mean by therapy is not necessarily take them to a psychiatrist. You could take them out to places like, I don't know, teach them how to work out, hit the weights, things like that there. You know, over time, this type of thing eventually works itself out. But if you carry your child, and by the way, I blame this on the parents because here's the thing. One of the things that we have a problem with right now is emotional hostage taking. And what I mean by that is that a child will go in there and say that they identify as this said gender, and then the psychiatrist or the clinical social worker will say, you might want to go ahead and get this gender dysphoria stuff because this person right here may commit suicide. First of all, the child is 6 years old. Okay? Kids will say stuff like, if I couldn't be this right here, then I would be better off dead, or I could just die if I didn't have it. Kids do that crap all the time. If parents knew how to actually parent and actually did some parenting, they would notice that 99% of the time when kids do that, it's basically a false threat, meaning that they're just simply being a kid and they're being melodramatic. And that's not saying that every child, that's not saying that every case is like this. But there's a lot of emotional hostage taking going on at this moment in time, and quite frankly, it needs to stop. And the best way that it could stop is if, I don't know, maybe if parents did exactly what I just said, actually parented. It should not be on the federal government, it should not be on the state and local government to fix what the hell is going on in your house. As I said before, you made a common sense compromise, common sense offer to these people, and what the hell, and look at what the hell happened. They went out there and basically stormed the Capitol and basically in protest because they don't know how to use a bathroom, of which, by the way, at the sex they were born with. Like I said, a lot of these people who do this, and of course it's a very, very small minority, they do this crap for nefarious purposes. Guys, John Claymore, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video south in the comment section. I'll be trying to have another video out on what's going on in Ohio sometime tomorrow afternoon. There may be another video that will be coming out tomorrow on short-term prepping to go along with the one that I already have planned. And then to go on top of that right there, we just had some developments in that whole Tyre Nichols thing that may turn that thing a little bit more on its head than, quite frankly, it probably should have been. But I'm going to try to get all that content out tomorrow. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, sign up in the comment section. See you guys later.